Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and we're going to make pots. So, but we're not actually making them, like they're already made, but we're like painting them kind of. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. That's Gage, and Salty and Tawny.
Hello.
So yeah,
Ryland's in
enjoy.
back.
Say hi, Ryland. I'm going with my youth groups. Yeah. That's it. Say hi, Jessica.
Hey.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Hi, say hi, Jordan. And Rylan again. This is gonna go on YouTube, Rylan. Do you have anything else you want to say?
To make some pots.
So what color is light green?
Copper.
Okay, so we'll go to the middle color is called cobalt. You heard of cobalt blue? Well, this is why it's called that. It's cobalt and water.
The color that the pot is
Yeah,
the color that it is.
These are high temps, so a little bit different. So blue. This one's blue. So blue is blue. He hasn't had a driver's license in 30 years.
Oh wow. Oh, this is the floor.
Yeah, experience.
It's been a while.
Like the heating thing, if that makes sense. That's the floor.
Baby young cup is done.
Let me see, look. For the video. Awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, are those our pots?
Those are your pots. So that's what they look like now, but we'll come back out and this will be almost 2,000 degrees.
How long do they stay in there?
About 20, 30 minutes. Then you get to take them with you.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Those are our pots.
Okay, you guys want to take a look? Kind of swing so everybody gets a chance. And
I don't. You gotta put them in.
about every 5 minutes you kick it up, and then we'll come back and the fire will be.
What?
And then you're centered on the wheel and you can begin to shake it. So what's the first thing a potter has to do?
Center.
Look familiar? The selection of clay is really important. We have all kinds of different clays, different colors, different working characteristics, and I think it's really a cool thing and pretty spectacular to think that God has a plan chosen just for you. Each one of you. I mean, it's a special plan chosen for you. And He's equipped you with all the ingredients you need. You know, your hair color, your temperament, your personality, everything like that. Because His plan is perfect and it's got a practical purpose for each one of your lives. So you center yourself by accepting His free gift. So we center our lives on Him, and then the next thing is the clay has to yield itself. I heard you talking about that. So when we yield ourselves to God, we can't second guess what He has planned for us. We just have to say, here I am. Shape me. Even though sometimes that plan might be difficult to understand at first. The closer we get to Him, the clearer His voice can be to us. I'll let you guess what this piece is going to be. Got any ideas?
Little vase today.
Vase.
Flower pot.
Oh, I know.
A cereal bowl.
So that's what I think. Good job, Luke. Got it.
So it's a lid. What was different about that?
You did it opposite.
Upside down, right?
Yeah.
So there's those times in our life we think, God, you sure about this? He's directed us, stay the course. So what's the first thing the potter has to do?
Center it.
Center the clay. So then we center ourselves on him and yield. As we yield to him, there's so many different clays. Some are much more elastic and much more easy to shape and form. Some have to take a little more care and be delicate with. Can't work it as long. Because he's equipped each of us for that purpose. Okay, when we center ourselves on him, we can be like this next piece. You get to guess it too. This is participatory. No ideas?
Is it like a tray?
The top.
The top, that would have been a good one.
Oh, it's a mini
The
pot.
mini pot.
It's a mini.
Oh.
Tiny
Riley.
little Riley
It's your
pot.
pot.
Maybe.
Oh.
Could be. Nobody else? A stand? How about if this is a candle, maybe?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Candle holder.
Yeah.
So what does a candle holder do?
Hold the candle.
Guys, I knew they were geniuses.
Yeah, they're sharp.
So I'm gonna take this little birthday candle. It's got a long wick, but we'll just, little birthday candle, we'll put that in there. And if you take this into the darkest room where there's no light, what happens to the darkness? Lights up in a little while. But just a little bit of light. We live in a dark world, and it doesn't take much light to drive that out. So we can be like this candle holder. So, tell me again, that's kind of in my life, I was centered on him. There was an opportunity for me to do what's called like a big commission for a sculpture. And you have to do what's called a mock-up. A mock-up is like a model. Have you ever seen a model? It's like, this is what it's going to look like. Well, I wanted to do this in a way that I needed some help. It's going to be out of granite and bronze. And so I began to pray, the spiritual person as I was, and say, okay, God, if you want me to do this piece, can you have this guy call me tomorrow at 11 o'clock? And then I'll know that it's your will for me to do it. So just so God knew that I was in control, I guess, I called him in and said, hey, can you call me tomorrow at 11 o'clock? And guess what? He didn't call. And I went ahead and did it. I said, okay, well, I'm going to make it. I want to do it. This is my deal. I'm going to shape myself. And so I've worked on this clay figure probably 8 to 12 hours. And I took it to everything. We used to have prayer meetings before we'd have a revival at church, and they were called cottage prayer meetings. So we met at this place. I happened to read this apart from my wife now. And showed them the piece. Everybody was impressed. And on my way home driving, after the meeting was over, I'm driving, and the little clay figure's over here at the side, and I just began to pray, as spiritual as I was, And I said, God, this guy doesn't seem quite right. How would you have me change it? And it was at that exact moment that I got hit head on by a drunk driver. Went through the windshield, blood and guts, all that sort of thing. I'll spare you, but you can see how this can kind of stay on, right? A little bit, but eventually what's going to happen? It all appears that, you're in control. If you're like me, I'm going, I'm okay, I got it. I'm good. It's, how many times does it take? So do you think this is the plan the potter had? No, so this was kind of like me. The first thing I did was I grabbed a bandana I had and put it around my head so I could see because there was so much blood. Never lost consciousness. And I think that was God's plan for me. I searched and I looked for the man. That's the only thing I was concerned about. I looked and he was twisted like this. He was all twisted up. And I looked at my truck and said, praise the Lord that I'm not dead. He had a plan and a purpose for me. So, what did the story say? You remember? Did it say he threw the clay away? What did it say?
He reused it.
He reshaped it, right? He made it again. Now, we take clay like this, even clay that's messed up. All these buckets we soak down and redo them and add more materials to them so they actually are more elastic and can work better. So I'm going to remake this. Now, God doesn't pressure us. A potter has to be gentle. Oftentimes I tell my students, your brain says put your hands all over it, and you have more control in your little finger than you do anything else, because you have to guide the clay. God guides us with the shaping. So is that similar? So, just so you know, I'm going to take just my little finger. I can change the shape, just a gentle touch. And once again, I can take it. I can make it work here. With just the gentlest touch. So which would you choose? Go your own way? Not being like me, playing the game, pretending, I'm a Christian, but I'm not really yielding. I asked God for direction, but I wasn't really listening. We can do that, play the church game, where it's just a social activity we can go see our friends, or we can truly yield ourselves to Him. God's got a purpose for you guys in your school. That may be nothing, or something as little as have your Bible with you at school. You may not need to say anything. Use your imagination. I quoted to you Ephesians 2:8-9, but Ephesians 10 says, it says, by grace are you saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It's a gift of God, not of works, that any man should boast. And then it goes on to say, for we are His workmanship. We are His craftsmanship. You are His masterpiece. Think of yourself as a masterpiece. God has a plan to use this masterpiece. That's what it looks like. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine? This is a big piece of clay.
A picture or something before?
Could be.
Sorry. It's a vase.
It's a big vase.
This one's a real vase.
So stick out your tongue and say moo, moo, moo. It's a self-portrait. Whoops.
It's a self-portrait.
What do we need to do? What did God shape us? Yield ourselves to Him, allow Him to shape you, because He can shape you into a vessel you cannot imagine. Okay? I think Miss Rita should be able to mature at about 1800 degrees, which is relatively low.
Degrees.
We got our yield at 2400, so
He got big chops.
18 is low.
How long would it take to cook a ham in it?
About 30 seconds.
I told you, bring our Thanksgiving turkey over here.
Now, this is hot enough that it's not like, oh, I burned my finger. It's like, oh, I burned my finger. All right, you're ready. So I know we're hot enough. I'll give you a look.
I got a feeling it's from Tony Howard.
Oh, shoot.
using her iPad.
That's the problem.
He's burning our faces.
Okay. Oops. Causes a little fly ash, but.
The process is pretty awesome. You couldn't just throw it in the water from the thing.
Well, because you would get, the colors wouldn't change. You have to reduce the oxygen. It's like if you see something made out of copper, and it's kind of coppery looking. Well, as it's exposed to oxygen, it turns green.
Cool.
Yeah. That's what we're doing the chemistry inside this little barrel.
Tricked you into science.
The trick's going to be finding the little baby one.
Oh, it's gone.
Disappeared. Where are you? Oh, I did.
There's 2 of them.
There's one.
Does the water get hot?
Yeah.
Really married down.
Hey guys, put your pots in the pit.
In the pit.
Oh, fuck. It's a pot pick.
Is everybody in?
Rylan right in the middle.
Cody, put yours in.
Wheel, watch the
Great
pot.
shot.
Got him.
Sweet.
He's gonna be internet famous.
Gonna die after you're boy.
Cause you snake bit me, right?
What?
Cause you snake bit me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ask your brother that's sitting right beside me. I said inhaled. Oh, I said inhaled and other jokes. Because it fell on the ground and the way. So I said.
Done. Hi.
Do you remember my name? Monday, Tuesday.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
But my name. Think about it. Day.
Hair girl.
We're at the bowling place now.
That would've been perfect.
You're next. Hey, here, you're next.
I'm very yellow and hurt.
Ready? Hey, go. Let's go. Okay, Carter.
So, this is the, you know what YouTube channel,
You got a strike, didn't you?
I got strike on bowling. Yeah. Do you know how? Because Jessica did it for me.
I'm not doing something. Okay. I made it. You missed it.
I got my eyes on you people. She got a spare and bowling, but I got a strike. Haha.
So, this is an interview with Jackson.
What's up?
How are you doing so far? Bowling.
I'm doing pretty decent. I got a strike the first one of this, so that made me feel pretty good.
So is Luke beating you so far?
I'm beating him right now, but
Okay. Well, good luck.
that'll change pretty soon. Probably not.
Oh, good job. We're going to
It's hot
Brahms
chocolate.
now.
It's
and
seasonal. It's
I
hot
went
chocolate.
to the Vegas.
Called it.
Other than that, though,
There's a hot
it's,
chocolate ice
it's
cream?
probably strawberry from Brahms. My favorite is the Dr.
Do something interesting.
When Gage was a baby, he had a really big head.
That's accurate.
They didn't put that on very well.
He's always had a big head. Not just when he was a baby.
Am I supposed to say something? Yeah. Say something.
Jagger's the best fisherman in the world.
You're gonna lose it. I have to.
Amen and hallelujah.
God.
So definitely.
If they are really creative and fun.
Yeah, I've never given one.
Okay, who drew these numbers?
Are you sure it's a one and it's not
respect
like
the
a
seven.
dash or a
The way
one?
you draw.
It's going. This game is lasting 1 hour. Jesse, Uncle Jesse.
That's not bad.
Vamos.
Who has number 1?
Really?
Jessica.
Put a 1 on it. Maybe write it inside the list.
Hasn't been stolen.
Oh.
Those are rad.
Those are dope.
Put them on your face at night.
They are rad.
Who got
There's
those?
a belly button at the
I
bottom.
don't know that we need to mark this one.
Hairy man nipple belly button.
Is there a gift card?
Who brought the
Wherever your first one was.
Put it back in the bag. And Chick-fil-A so far.
Yeah.
I brought those.
These are like the most comfortable socks I've ever had.
Dude.
Let me feel
Dead look.
So I got these socks and a Starbucks gift card. And I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below your New Year's resolutions. Bye.